Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Are you ready for a whirlwind adventure of 50 surprising facts you never knew you needed in your life? From the wooden mouse that started computer history, to the banana berry controversy, from walking trees to the surprising reason behind a flamingo's pink color, we've got a jam-packed list to keep you entertained. Grab a snack, maybe even a banana berry, and let's dive right in. Section 1: Technology and Inventions. The first computer mouse was wooden in 1964. Douglas Engelbart invented the very first computer mouse, and guess what? It was made of wood with two metal wheels beneath. While modern mice have lasers and slick designs, that little wooden box revolutionized how we interact with computers. Imagine double-clicking with a block of wood every day. The accidental origin of popsicles. Did you know an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson accidentally invented the popsicle in 1905? He left a mixture of soda water and a stirring stick outside on a cold night. By morning, it had frozen solid, and the popsicle was born. Years later, he sold his idea, and popsicles spread worldwide. When memory was magnetic rings. In the early days of computing, memory wasn't microchips. It was made of tiny magnetic rings, core memory. Each ring stored a bit of data, threaded on wires. This was a massive leap forward at the time, though you can imagine how tedious it was to produce and assemble. The invention of pop-up ads. These internet annoyances were created in the 1990s by Ethan Zuckerman, who just wanted to separate ad content from main webpage content. Little did he know they'd become one of the most infamous and annoying aspects of surfing the web. Years later, he publicly apologized, proving not all inventions turn out the way we hope. The first mobile phone call in 1973. Martin Cooper from Motorola made history by placing the first mobile call in New York City, dialing up a competitor. The phone weighed over 1 kilogram. So the next time you complain your phone's too heavy, remember Martin's brick. Section 2: Foods, Fruits and Berries. Bananas are actually berries. Confusing, right? Botanically, bananas develop from a single ovary, which makes them true berries. Meanwhile, strawberries are technically not berries. Nature loves to keep us on our toes. Wild bananas full of seeds are sweet, seedless bananas are the result of selective breeding. Original or wild bananas come packed with large seeds, making them tough to eat. We can thank centuries of cultivation for the convenient bananas we enjoy today. Almonds and peaches are cousins. Surprise. Both belong to the Rhizaceae, rose, family. Despite looking and tasting different, they share a similar genetic background. Each time you bite into a juicy peach or munch on an almond, remember they're distant relatives. Endless chocolate bar illusion. There's a viral puzzle known as the infinite chocolate bar, a clever geometric trick that seems to produce extra chocolate out of nowhere. Sadly, it only works on paper. But imagine if it were real. Unlimited chocolate would be a dream come true. Organic versus conventional foods. Despite popular belief, studies often show no major nutritional differences between organic and non-organic foods. Many choose organic to avoid pesticides or to support eco-friendly farming. Ultimately, it's a personal preference, taste, health, or environment. Section 3: Amazing Animals. Dragonflies can't walk. Although they have 6 legs, dragonflies don't use them for walking. Instead, they use their legs like a mid-air net to grab prey on the fly. They're the ultimate aerial hunters. Chickens descend from T-Rex. Yes, the humble chicken is a distant descendant of the Tyrannosaurus rex. Paleontologists have found genetic traits linking modern birds to prehistoric predators. Next time you see a chicken, envision a mini T-Rex. Sea otters hold hands while sleeping. Sea otters lock paws to avoid drifting apart in ocean currents, a practical survival tactic that also looks absolutely adorable. They form rafts of otters, staying together for warmth and safety. Snails' estivation trick. Snails bury themselves and create a mucus plug to survive hot or dry weather. This state, called estivation, is like a summertime version of hibernation. Once conditions improve, they wake up and keep on sliming. Flamingos are born gray. Their iconic pink color comes from carotenoids in the brine shrimp and algae they eat. So baby flamingos start life looking grayish-white, then slowly turn bright pink, a fashionable glow-up, courtesy of dinner. Bioluminescent mushrooms. Some mushrooms glow in the dark through bioluminescence, lighting up forests at night. They attract insects to spread spores, creating an enchanting scene, like walking into a real-life fairy tale. Elephants mourn their dead. Elephants exhibit profound empathy. They gather around deceased herd members, touching the body with their trunks. Sometimes they even cover it with leaves or branches, showing signs of grief and emotional bonds. Giraffes have 7 neck vertebrae. Just like us, despite their towering necks, giraffes share the same number of vertebrae as humans. The difference? Each giraffe vertebra is gigantic in comparison. Evolution can do some wild things with the same blueprint. A sloth holds its breath for 40 minutes. Sloths may be slow, but they have an incredible adaptation. They can hold their breath underwater for up to 40 minutes, longer than dolphins. It's a trick that helps them cross rivers without drowning. Penguins swallow stones. Penguins ingest small pebbles to assist in digestion. The stones help grind their food, and in some cases, add a little weight to help them dive deeper. Who knew swallowing rocks could be such a clever strategy? Section 4: Geography and World Wonders. Beneath Amsterdam's old canals, famous for picturesque canals, Amsterdam also has a complex sewer system. Built from the 16th century onwards, these underground channels keep the city's waterways clean and help prevent flooding. It's an unseen marvel of engineering. The Nile, longest river on Earth stretching about 6,650 kilometers, the Nile snakes through 11 countries and has nurtured civilizations for millennia. Ancient Egypt, for example, depended on the Nile's floods for farming. Truly a lifeline of history and culture. Venice, a city of canals, not streets. In Venice, the roads are water-based. Boats serve as buses, taxis, even ambulances. Gondolas glide through narrow waterways, making Venice unique among world cities. No wonder it's a romantic hotspot for travelers. The real Sahara in Antarctica. Believe it or not, Antarctica is the largest desert, despite all the ice, because it receives minimal precipitation. It's basically a giant ice desert, showing deserts aren't always scorching dunes. A blue fire volcano in Indonesia. The Kawah Ijen volcano in Java, Indonesia, emits a rare blue flame at night. This phenomenon comes from sulfuric gases igniting upon contact with air, creating a dazzling, electric blue glow. A mesmerizing spectacle for adventurous travelers. Section 5: Historical Marvels and Facts. A 132-year-old message in a bottle found in Western Australia in 2018. It had been tossed overboard by a German ship in 1886. Talk about snail mail. This is the ultimate time capsule connecting us to a different era. The Tower of London was once bright white, known today for its grey stone. The Tower of London was once plastered white, earning it the nickname, White Tower. Repainted periodically in the Middle Ages, the plaster eventually wore away, leaving the stone we see now. Oldest name in history. John. The name, John, has existed for over 4,000 years, bridging countless eras and cultures. It's among the oldest documented personal names, living on in many forms: John, Juan, Johann, and more. Lightning's heat outdoes the sun. Lightning can heat the air to about 30,000 degrees Celsius, which is roughly 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Good thing it lasts only a few milliseconds. Stonehenge's true purpose remains unknown. Archaeologists and historians have debated whether Stonehenge was for astronomy, rituals, or burials. Alignments with solstices suggest a cosmic function, but we still lack definitive proof. The monument holds onto its ancient mystery. Longest monarchical reign. Louis XIV, France's Sun King, ruled for 72 years, from 1643 to 1715. That's the longest monarchy in recorded history. His extravagant court and absolute power shaped French culture for generations. The Babylonian dinner lottery. In ancient Babylon, guests for certain banquets were chosen by random lottery, adding an element of fate to social life. Imagine your dinner invites being decided by the roll of a dice. Firefighting. In ancient Rome, firefighters would only douse flames if the property owner agreed on a price. Talk about high-pressure negotiation in the face of literal flames. Watch ads show 1010. Ever notice watch advertisements often set the hands to 1010? This symmetrical look resembles a smile and frames the brand logo, usually near 12 o'clock. It's all about aesthetics and branding psychology. Where honeymoon comes from in ancient Babylon, the bride's father would supply a month-long moon supply of honey wine for the newlyweds, hence honey plus moon. Over time, it evolved into the month-long romantic getaway we know today. Section 6 Science and Nature Marvels. Arctic Tern. Pole-to-pole traveler. The Arctic tern migrates up to 70,000 kilometers every year between the Arctic and Antarctica, experiencing 2 summers annually. It's the longest migration of any animal, an epic journey of perpetual sunshine. Walking palm. In the Amazon, the Socratia exorhiza palm can move slowly by growing new roots toward sunlight, letting old roots die off. While not literal walking, it does reposition itself over time, seeking better conditions. Trees. In Poland's crooked forest near Gryfino, Poland, pine trees are mysteriously curved at the base. Some say it's human manipulation, others believe it's a natural anomaly. The bizarre shapes remain unexplained, drawing curious tourists from around the world. Coca-Cola's name origins. Coca-Cola originally contained coca leaves and cola nuts, giving it its iconic name. Although the recipe has evolved, and the coca leaf element drastically changed, the brand's secret formula remains heavily guarded. Fungi. Closer to animals. Fungi share more genetic similarities with animals than with plants. They're heterotrophs, meaning they absorb nutrients from organic matter, just like us. In essence, mushrooms are more like cousins than you'd think. Australia's fierce inland taipan, known as the fierce snake, it's the most venomous land snake on Earth. A single bite can kill over 100 people. Thankfully, it's also quite shy and found in remote areas, rarely encountering humans. World's most dangerous volcano near Mexico City, El Popo, Popocatépetl, sits about 50 kilometers from Mexico City, spewing ash and gas frequently. Millions live in its shadow, reminding us how nature's fury can be both mesmerizing and perilous. Giraffe spots equals fingerprints. Each giraffe spot pattern is unique, like a human fingerprint. These spots help with camouflage, regulation of body temperature, and group recognition, yet another reason giraffes are so special. Cat eyes that saved lives. Reflective cat's eye road studs were invented in 1934 by Percy Shaw, inspired by how his car headlights gleamed off a cat's eyes. This simple innovation has saved countless drivers from accidents. Blood type O is most common. About 38% of people globally have blood type O, making it the universal donor for emergencies. Talk about a life-saving statistic. Section 7 Crazy Cities and Customs. Tokyo addresses buildings, not streets. In Tokyo, building numbers are assigned by construction order, not location. Locals navigate via district names and train stations. Tourists, be prepared for a unique address system that can feel like a puzzle. Røros, Norway. Houses on stilts. In the Norwegian town of Røros, houses are built on wooden stilts, a tradition dating back centuries to protect against moisture and snow. Now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it showcases the region's architectural resilience. Vending machines versus sharks. Statistically, vending machines cause more injuries and fatalities than shark attacks. That snack you're trying to retrieve might be riskier than an ocean dip. Well, at least according to the odds. Spiders reign in Golden, Colorado. In 2015, residents saw a rain of spiders as thousands descended from the sky. Actually, it's ballooning. Spiders use silk strands to catch the wind and travel. Freaky to watch, but scientifically fascinating. Venice's Rialto Bridge slowly sinking. Built in the 16th century, the Rialto Bridge is an iconic Venetian landmark. Like much of Venice, it gradually sinks due to rising waters and shifting foundations. Engineers keep reinforcing it, but the city remains at risk from constant flooding. And there you have it, folks, 50 jaw-dropping facts that span from bananas being berries, to Stonehenge mysteries, to giraffes only needing 1 hour of sleep. It's amazing how much curiosity and wonder is hidden in our world. If you enjoyed these surprising tidbits, Hit that like button, subscribe for more mind-blowing facts, and let me know in the comments which fact absolutely blew your mind. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.